And by the way, I don't know. Oh yeah, I think I forgot to mention, but yeah, I didn't really download HD textures because that kind of stutters the game, you know. I don't know. I don't know if I finished my thought on that when I talked about modding, but yeah, that's why I didn't download any HD textures to make the game look better. Because when you do that, at the very least, you increase your chances that the game will stutter. And I prefer a more smooth experience. You know, I rather not like have the game stutter every 5 seconds and everything. And it's kind of like an engine limitation. This is an old game, ported from the Xbox 360, I believe. So when you try to add in stuff like new textures and everything, it doesn't really... It's not very compatible, I guess. But that's fine. I'd rather just keep it, you know, default. That looks fine enough. Need fatty. I don't know what that means. I feel like some of the messages left by players are trying to insult you somehow, for some reason. Because the messages, obviously, you can't really use your own message. You can't just type anything you want. You actually have to use words from a pre-generated list of phrases, I guess. You get some very creative messages sometimes because of that. Try fatty. How about no? I don't know why is it telling me trying fatty? I don't know what that means. And also, by the way, you can also with DXFix, you can also force this game to play in 60 FPS, which is pretty cool. You know, it's pretty smooth at 60 FPS, and it works for the most part. But there's some little glitches, you know. And it's the reason why I don't have 60 FPS right now for this game, because I mean, for one, sometimes when you slide down ladders, you will fall through the world. Here's a dragon, by the way, or at least, well, we'll see. Drake. Yeah, it's a drake. Not like a full-on dragon. It's a drake. Hellkite drake, I believe it's called. It's just a dragon. It's like, oh, here's a dragon. But yeah, sometimes you fall through the world. Just obviously not what you want. Your jump distance is also shorter, you know, it breaks some of the physics. So sometimes when you do like a jump, as it turns out, when you try to jump in 60 FPS, you have a slower... Not slower, but shorter jump distance. You end up dying. Oh, that's a hacker. This game doesn't... Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's the same for all Dark Souls series. But there's not a lot of anti-cheat going on. In fact, it's non-existent, you know, in this game in particular. So you end up sometimes with some obviously hacked messages. This is a hacked message. There's no way you can do this normally. Someone just put up a message there, I guess. Let me go over here. Kill this guy. He's annoying. Need comfort. Yes, we all do, buddy. I like the message. I don't know. I really like the player messages. That's why I want to keep it online. Even though they don't mean much. Alright. You notice I only have 7 because this bonfire is smaller. The Firelink one gives you 10. This one only gives you 5. The default is 5. We'll see. You can increase, but you can increase their Estus Flask limit, especially before certain bosses, but obviously that requires you to go online. You have to go online before you can sacrifice humanity in order to increase your Estus Flask capacity. We'll see if I need to. I don't know. Praise the sun, curses. Back over here, though. Wait, hold on. The biggest thing about this game in Dark Souls, you rather not face multiple enemies at once. It's not that hard when you're facing only one enemy. Multiple enemies at once, that's the hard part. Stop doing that, please. Bye. Now obviously that's the way forward, but let's explore some more. You know, let's explore the first area of this game, basically. The first, like, proper area. That's not the tutorial, I guess. It's like a nice medieval setting, you know? Nice, medieval. It's, I got a short sword. Not as good as a long sword. Like, it's the medieval setting, a bunch of castles, I guess. And it's nice and how do you say? It's like properly lighted, you know? It's like a sunny day, I guess, which is not very common in other areas. In other areas, it's just gonna be dark, which is, you know, typical of a game called Dark Souls. It's gonna be dark. Here's these guys. They put up their shields. I feel like their AI is just meant to put up their shields forever. I think. Well, no, not forever, I guess, but for the most part. You kick their shields away, and then, oh, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. Try again. Try again. Yeah, no. Okay, kick their shields away, then you can do that. That's a thing you can do. And it kind of shows you, like, a bit of the mechanics revolving around shields. You don't really do it often, though, and I guess in other enemies, trying to think in PvE. You do it in PvP a little bit, but PvE, you don't really do it against any other enemy, I feel like. Except these shield enemies. The whole kicking mechanic. You can also two-hand. If you two-hand, you won't get, you know, bounced off, I guess, when you attack certain enemies. Let me try, like... You guys will, yeah, manipulate their pattern to parry them easily as well. You do a lot of things to kill these guys. And this is just like, you know, again, the introduction to the combat. These enemies, for the most part, pretty easy, I say, as I died that first time. Need humanity. I don't need humanity. I can do this without any humanity at all. Merchant ahead. Yes, that is true. That is useful. It is useful sometimes, these player messages. And it's part of the... I feel like part of the reason why... If you play this game offline, like completely offline, like turning off your internet or whatever, I feel like you're missing a big part of the experience, you know? And why the game feels so cryptic in the first place, because you're not seeing these messages that show you certain things. Like, for example, there's a boss ahead, or like a merchant ahead. These messages kind of help you, really. I imagine if you were a reviewer, I think I said before, right? Yeah, like in Demon Souls and Dark Souls, this game was really left as like a underrated gem, I guess. Not a lot of people knew about it, and if you're a reviewer, I imagine as well, you would probably give this game a bad rating if you didn't play it, you know, from beginning to end. If you only see the beginning, and especially if you didn't see any of these messages, you'll think this game is like janky and clumsy and not very good. But I feel like Dark Souls in particular really only blew up once people started making content for it, you know? Actual, like, people who do Let's Play or whatever, you know? Something like this, I don't know. Let's Play-esque sort of game content, I guess. That's how Dark Souls became a sleeper hit and actually became more successful. Anyway, Undead Merchant. Here's a guy rubbing, like, an empty bucket. I don't know why.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
Everything's for sale. Sell some useful things, especially the Orange Guidance Soapstone. You don't really need this, but it allows you to, I believe, rate the messages as well as put messages on the ground. I believe you don't really get anything though by putting messages on the ground. As far as I know, there's like a myth that you get healed or whatever, or get humanity. I'm not entirely sure how that works. I know in later Dark Souls games you actually do get something when people rate your messages. But in this game, I don't think there is anything like that. As far as I know, I might be wrong. You can buy arrows, you can buy weapons. I don't really need any of these, really. I'm not going to use a shield. Maybe a bow. A bow might be useful. You know, if you're really cautious, you can actually just leash everyone. You know, you can use a bow, hit an enemy, and then they come towards you and then you attack them. Otherwise, though, bows in this game, especially in Dark Souls in general, bows are just not very good. You know, for PvE in particular. PvP may be useful a little bit, but they just don't do a lot of damage, is the thing. So it's not very viable to be like a ranger character or anything like that. Chain armor, eh. Buy this key. This key might be useful. Sure, I'll buy the key. Though I should level up. Eh, I'll buy the key right now. Otherwise, I won't buy it later.
Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below.
Ah, yes.
And up above, There's that humongous drake and a bull demon too.
Bull demon?
If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave.
So he's mentioning the other enemies we might have to face later on.
Yeah, I'm not here to chit-chat. We talk business, or we talk nothing at all.
We talk nothing at all. Anything else?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm not.
nothing else.
Thank you kindly.
Okay, see ya, buddy. You know, funny thing you can do in when you're talking to NPCs, you can just walk away. You know, you're not really stuck in the dialogue. You can leave anytime you want. Really, it's quite optional. Hello, Magir. I'm just playing Dark Souls. The game that you actually can't buy anymore on Steam. You can buy the remaster version. I guess, you know, again, my opinions on the remaster version. I kind of don't like the remaster version because I'm kind of forced, if I want to do multiplayer in any significant way, I'm kind of forced to buy the remaster version. And I kind of don't want to. You know, I don't want to pay for a game that I already paid for already again. You know? It's the same fundamentally anyway. Gameplay wise. But it's not as bad though, you know. I remember, well, I feel like this is a rant for another day, but like in Dark Souls 2, there was something called Scholars of the First Sin, which is also kind of like a remaster, but like it came out like a year after Dark Souls 2 originally launched. So you just kind of feel ripped off, you know. You bought the original Dark Souls 2. Now you gotta buy the better version a year after. It just, you know, kind of stinks. What's this? Why is it blocked? Oh, it's because it's a rubble. Okay. Yeah, that's why I didn't like Dark Souls 2. Or at least the remaster version. But the first one, remaster version, not too bad. At least it's like way longer after, you know. In terms of that. Is it my first playthrough? It is not. This is really just like, you know, I'm just replaying Dark Souls. For fun, basically. Is what I'm doing. I'm gonna play, I believe, well, later on. I don't know if I'm gonna do it right after, but eventually I want to play Sekiro. Actually, another, like, Dark Souls kind of game that I bought recently that everyone seems to love. So I'll do that eventually. Oh, I missed, damn it. I believe you can go over there. Uh-oh. Ah! Run away. But yeah. So I guess this is kind of like, you know, just to de-rust myself on Dark Souls games in general by playing something I'm more familiar with, and then maybe I'll play Sekiro. Soon enough. Though I believe it's quite a different game than normal Dark Souls. Actually, before I rest, can I try again? I missed the jump, but I want to see if I can make that jump again. Can you make that jump? I think you can. I don't know if there's any reason to. I don't remember you getting anything from that. But I'll try again. I don't want to rest because it'll just respawn the enemies. You played the remaster, you enjoyed it. There's less lag in Blighttown? Oh yeah. Well, as far as I know, the S-Fix mostly fixes that, I believe, in Blighttown. Because, you know, when this game first came out, one of the most laggy areas was Blighttown. At least that's what most people recognize. I feel like there's a more laggy aspect of this game. I believe when you fight Seif, in particular, when he summons crystals, spoilers, that's way more laggy. Come on, I can't make the jump. Go away. And oh yeah, you can kill the undead merchant, or the Uchi katana, I guess, which is basically a super weeby katana you can use. It's known because it's one of the earliest katanas you can get in this game. I'm not really going for like a katana kind of build anyway. I also want to kind of keep him alive, because I want to buy stuff from him. Let's see, let's try again. I'm gonna miss the jump again. Jumping in this game is very awkward, by the way. I'm so used to the other type of jumping in the other, like, modern Dark Souls. In this game, you have to, like, repeatedly tap the B button while you're dashing, so it's a little awkward. In other games, you can switch it to, like, pressing the L3 button, I believe, you know, by clicking in the analog sticks. It feels a little bit better by clicking. Though sometimes you can accidentally jump by ripping your controller too hard. Why do I keep missing that? One more time. If I can't make it one more time, then I'm just gonna leave. I don't know. I think you make that jump. I think I made that jump before. Anyway. Remaster, though. I feel like Remaster, I mean, it's a good, I mean, it's the only, version of the game you can buy, at least on PC, as an introduction. In the sense that, it's at least more streamlined. You don't have to download a mod or anything, or like a connectivity mod or whatever. Like a lot of, like, little things that make the game even playable compared to the consoles. Oh, there you go, made it. What is even in here? I don't remember. It seems like it's nothing. Barrel. Over here? What's over here? Oh. I guess it's an item. It's a light crossbow. Okay, so you do all that for a crossbow. It might be useful. Drop over there, which I really don't want to do. That'll just hurt me a lot. So I guess I'll just go back over here. Alright. Everything kind of connects to each other. I feel like in Dark Souls, more so than any of the other Souls games, at least the main ones. I don't know about, for example, Bloodborne. I never played Bloodborne. Or, well, Sekiro, as I said before. But at least in this game, everything kind of connects to each other, The way the game's designed. Because there's no fast travel, at least in the first part of the game. You don't really get access to any kind of like fast travel, so this game really is focused on exploration and the way how everything is connected. And so you kind of feel like I don't know, it's not hard to get lost in this game, but it's made in such a way that it's not easy to get lost, I guess. Because you kind of know your way around. But I might be biased, though, because I played this game like a million times, so... Ow. Stop that. Stop that. There's different movesets, by the way. You can, obviously, light attack and strong attack, but you can also roll. You can roll, and then do an attack. That gives you a different moveset. Depending on the weapon, you get different movesets. And that's part of why this game is kind of cool, It's like, there's different weapons you can use this game that are dramatically different, depending on what kind of weapon you use. Not every weapon is super unique, but most of them are. In terms of like, you can use like a big sword, you can use a small sword, you can use like a curved sword, you can use a mace, you can use a big hammer, you can use a spear, you can like... There's a lot of weapon variety in this game that is not just like Diablo style. You know how like Diablo and like Borderlands, I guess, but Borderlands not really. It's more like guns, but those type of games where there's a million different types of weapons, right? But there's no illusory wall. You're lying. Can I rate it? How do I rate it? I kind of forgot how to rate. I thought I can rate it. Oh, no, I can. Well, it doesn't matter, but I'll just negative. There's no illusory wall. Anyway. Yeah, a lot of games have a million types of weapons, but it's only stat differences, compared to like longsword number 1 versus number 2. This one has a little bit more attack, and this one has a little bit less attack, it's like very little actual variety. In Dark Souls, however, when you use an actual different weapon, it tends to be a different moveset, So there's actual variety. At least in terms of, again, different category types. There might not be much difference between like a long sword versus a short sword, but a difference between a long sword and like a ultra great sword is much more different. And that's what kind of cool about this game, You can like make your own kind of build and use different weapons, and it feels like a different playthrough or a different character even. There's no illusory wall, stop lying. Everyone keeps rating this, so it actually gets higher rating. Whatever. Is this a... This is not Mimic, right? Yeah, it's not. Fireball. Yeah, not easy to get lost, but harder to find in some areas. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, depends. I'm so biased because I played this game multiple times, so I don't know how hard it would be to find the certain secret areas, I guess. Even though they're meant to be secret. Try them in one swoop. How about no? Well, maybe. So there's a ton of enemies over here, and there's, I believe, the firebomb enemies from before. I feel like it's a bad idea to, you know, bring them all at once. But hey, let's just do it anyway. Whee! And I've already lost all my HP and I'm gonna die. No, that's a bad idea. That's bad advice. Kill in one swoop. I guess you have a large weapon. No. Oh, I have a shield. Stop using a shield. You're not allowed to use a shield. Just a dumb wooden shield anyway. Get some items in. Certain enemies often drop their like armor. Not every enemy does, but a lot of them do. You can grind them just to get their armor. In particular. Don't throw fire bombs at me. How about you stop doing that? Hmm? Stop it. Stop it. Get kicked into the abyss. Goodbye. And these messages. I can't take this. Okay, he just jumped off, I assume. Trap? Maybe so. Trying to like make me fall off. The message. So close to the edge. Let's see. Go over here. I believe there's someone over here. Hello? Time to die. Try a range battle. How about no? I guess you can. Oh, isn't there like an enemy here that's pretty tough? Not yet, I guess. These guys take 3 hits. Later on, by the way, you're gonna need to upgrade your weapon. I guess we haven't reached that point yet, but it's gonna be more important later on. I feel like in 2 and 3 in particular, they basically just give you upgrade materials, you know? It's very easy to make your weapon stronger in the 3rd game. Not so much in the 1st game, I feel like. I don't know. This game is like, it's hard to upgrade your weapon, so sometimes you might even have to grind to get certain materials to get better, like, weapons and everything. Over here, by the way, you get, like, I believe a gold pine resin. Amazing. That's basically just a buff. Let's see. You can put on your weapon, makes it all electric, I guess. Rare pine resin, which emits golden sparks, applies lightning to a right-hand weapon. Effective weapon inflicts rare lightning damage, making it effective against targets which are resistant to both magic and fire. Very effective against dragon family foes. That's like situationally useful. The fact that it affects dragons more. Really, it just gives you lightning damage, which is actually really useful in the early game because it gives you flat damage, you know? Like, no matter what level you are, it always increases your damage the same amount, and therefore it's useful when you're low level and everything. Not so much when you're higher level, however. And I see a lot of speedrunners often use that resin to kill the first boss of this game. Rather not, though. You know, it'll kill the end of the boss too quickly. I don't want to enjoy the boss fight. There's this enemy, though. This one right here. This one, I don't know if I should really touch right now. This is called a Black Knight, I believe. They kind of appear throughout the world, and they're really tough enemies. They just kind of show up at certain spots, and you can kill them, and sometimes even get their weapons, if they drop it. But they're special enemies because once you kill them, they're gone forever. So there's only one spawn. I believe certain speedrunners kind of like hope for like a weapon from a certain Black Knight in order to get the best possible weapon. Let's see if we can I backstab him? Yeah, I miss. Okay, well. Oh, I'm dead. I tried to parry. Ah! These guys are tough, so you really don't want to fight them, I feel like. But you can. Oh my god. Stop it. And they're kind of badass, you know, the way the moveset is. Just walking towards me. My god. Oh, hey, somebody, I believe, upgraded their bonfire so that now I have an extra SS flask, which is nice, I guess. That might help. I don't know. I'm probably gonna die. I'm gonna run away from him, I guess. Stop shooting. Parry? Okay. Not a lot of damage. But if you do it multiple times, I guess, eventually kill him. Oh. Ow! My hand! Usually you want to use a shield. You can do something called a partial parry. If you miss the parry, sometimes there's a window where instead of just taking the full brunt of damage, your shield instead takes some of that damage away. So you don't immediately die. Oh, this is not great. Yeah, I'm dead. This is what I get for facing a Black Knight. Here's my little loading icon. Anyway, we try that again. I feel like it. I'm gonna waste a lot of time, aren't I? Just fighting that Black Knight. This is what happens when I play this game. I kinda just waste a lot of my time. This is why I don't do speedruns. If you're doing a speedrun this game, you just go. You don't, like, fight anything. You just kinda go. You just, like... I mean, depending on the speedrun, I guess, you just use a weapon that one-shots everything. Either by using a spell, I guess, or by using a weapon swap glitch, where you, like, swap, like, a rapier for, like... At least not a rapier. I think it was S-stock, some kind of thrusting weapon with a giant club, so that you just stab everything really quickly. But obviously, I'm not speedrunning the game. I don't really want to speedrun the game either, really. It kind of breaks my immersion when you use, like, certain glitches to progress through the game, instead of just using the game's mechanics to progress instead. I'm gonna kill this guy again, because it's gonna be a pain in the ass if I ignore him and shoot me in the back. Alright. Oh yeah, there's these guys. The way the combat mechanics works, by the way, I think for most of the Soul series, you can combo your R1 into another R1. I mean, you can do it infinitely, I guess, but there's only two distinct animations for it. R1 to R1, and also R2 to R2 as well. That's how it usually goes. You wanna try again? I wanna try again. I wanna see what happens. Also, I have humanity. How did I get humanity? I guess, well, randomly sometimes you get humanity by killing a bunch of enemies. That's usually how it goes. In this game, killing certain enemies over and over and over will get you stuff. Actually, did I? Well, I don't remember. I think I blacked out. Where did I grab my I guess I did, right? Because I died around here, I think, right? I think I grabbed my bloodstain. Because if I didn't, you know, I would have either... I would have lost all my souls. I have 3,000 souls, right? So yeah, I think I grabbed it. I guess I just kind of grabbed it without even thinking about it. That's how automatic it is. Alright. Let's see if I can do this. I mean, I don't have to do it. I can come back later, but you know. You can't backstab, but it's kind of, the timing is quite weird. Alright, there you go. That was not a lot of damage, however. If you want to make things really easy, you can just go for only backstabs. That's a thing you can do. I guess let's just fight this guy normally as well. I don't have to go for the parry necessarily. Okay, I might as well backstab since you're over here. It's doable. Oh. Ah. a whole lot of rolling. I'm gonna just heal, just top it off in case it one-shots me. Probably gonna happen. Ah, damn it, I was going for the 4 hits. Okay, you can do 4 hits. Let me just go up these stairs and heal up. He'll take his sweet time going up the stairs. Alright, this is tough, I don't know. Tougher than fighting a boss, really. Four hits? Nope, not 4 hits. You know, it always, this Black Knight enemy always does a flourish. Sometimes. That usually means he's done attacking. But sometimes I don't want to risk it. Okay. I mean, you can just backstab him all the whole time. I mean, that's the main strat if you want to just really just be efficient. Just do a bunch of backstabs. I guess. I don't want to just only do backstabs, however. Oh, I didn't get hit there. That's good. No? No second hit? I'm hoping for the second so that I can parry it. I can parry that too, though. Nope. One more stab. Ah, damn it. He stabbed me first. Let me just heal up. As I get stabbed in the face, just stab you instead. Alright, we'll just trade blows, that's fine. Hey, I got a Black Knight sword. And Titanite chunk. Can't really use the chunk right now, because it's upgrade material for later on. But hey, I give you the Black Knight. You don't really have to do that. But it's fun. I've used up all my health potions, though. Used up all my Estus, so I might as well go back and heal up. Okay, level up. Get some souls from that as well. So let's increase vitality, endurance, you know, increase those. Vitality basically gives you health, and I also believe, was it vitality? I believe vitality works differently in the other Soul series, but I believe vitality in this game only gives you health. Endurance gives you stamina and better equipment load. It's actually different in the other Soul series. Equipment load basically allows you to wear more armor and heavier weapons, and also be able to roll. Rolling is very important in this game, because if you wear armor that's too heavy and your equipment load is too low, you end up just stumbling on the ground when you roll, and that's not very good. You need to roll, unless you're focused on making like a weird tank build, I guess. Let's try on the Black Knight sword. Yeah, you can't use his weapon, but you know, you can look at it. It's a great sword, and when you swing, you know, that's a funny animation. If you can't use a weapon, you just go like, I guess you can use it if you're two-handed, sort of. Not the same animation. It's a little bit slower. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. If you try to use a weapon like that, you can do no damage, and we just flop around all the place. All over the place? All over the place. Anyway, let's just go. In fact, let's just run, you know? I don't usually do this the first time I go through an area because I like to fight the enemies. But, you know, if I already fought them 100 times, I might as well just run past them. I feel like some players, they just kind of like run through all the enemies all the time. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that barrel. I always forget about that barrel every single playthrough. I never remember. Never learned my lesson. But yeah, you can run past almost all of them, especially in Dark Souls 1. Enemies tend to back off after a certain distance. Way earlier than the other ones. Oh, now I'm just dying. Oh, I'm just dying. Oop. Yep. Oh, Dad, let me just heal. Kind of a waste, though. The whole point of running past the enemies is because I didn't want to take damage in the first place. Save up my Estus for the actual boss. stop that. Just die. You know, I would like a, you know, at this point, I would like a, already I want to like upgrade my Estus in the sense of increasing its healing power, if possible. That would be nice. Anyway, I want to make sure I didn't want to break these barrels because I believe, was it this one? Is it you? No, it's not this one. Maybe not. Oh, there's something over here. Oh, there you are. No, no, I missed it. Damn it! I didn't even see. That was a crystal lizard. You're supposed to kill it. Get like upgrade materials. Oh well. Do they respawn? I think they respawn, but I think in Dark Souls 1 they only respawn after you leave the area. And that's locked. Can't go there. Well, I have 3 Estus. We're not in a great situation, but let's just fight the enemy. Can't go up here though. Nope. Oh, here's a fog wall. Let's go in. Seems pretty peaceful. No one here. The first trap that happens to a lot of new players is by you simply go forward, right? But you hear there's someone shooting at you, so you should probably take care of those guys first. It's a lot harder if you don't do that. I mean, you can let them live, I guess, if you want the challenge of arrows shooting at you while you're fighting the boss, but you know, usually it's not a good idea. Praise the sun. Where's the sun? Oh, there you go. There's the sun. Praise it. Weakness. Plunging attack. You can do that, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know if I recommend it. Alright, that reminds me, that reminds me, actually. Another reason why I don't play in 60 FPS in this game in particular, I forgot to mention as well. I was talking about all the other bugs, but one particular bug that happens is when you rest at the bonfire and then you leave too fast, the game kind of soft locks. So obviously you don't want that happening. Here's a Taurus demon, by the way. There's a big axe. It's very big, very scary. And what I do is I just go back and forth. It's very slow though. He's kind of, I'm going to hit you, haha, blam! And then I'm like, boop. Okay, kind of missed there, but you know. But yeah, the biggest reason. Oh, ow! Actually hit me. Shockwave. The biggest reason why I don't have a 60 FPS is because sometimes you can just randomly get the game frozen, just because. When you rest at the bonfire, which is not great. I don't want that happening in the middle of a stream. So, ow. Okay, this guy's kind of tricky actually because he's so slow. I sometimes don't anticipate his weapon being so slow. Being so slow. I'll just do that. Sure, why not? As far as I know, honestly, I don't know. Does he do like multiple combo attacks? It seems like he just slams his weapon at you and that's it. Ow. I might as well heal. I don't have as much health potions as I want to, but yeah, as long as I don't get hit, I guess. Ow. Well. There is a weird glitch, by the way, you can do in this game. A lot of speedrunners do it, but you can like push him off the bridge somehow because of his animations, I guess. That's not great. Well, I am pretty rusty. I remember this boss being not so hard, and it isn't. It's just that, you know, I'm just incredibly rusty. Not used to his attacks. Let's try again. This time, let's just go. This is what happens. I feel like a lot of players do this. But at some point, when you're just ready to fight the boss, you just kind of run past everything. You don't really explore anymore. You just fight. You must fight. Any burning barrels? No? It's only the first time. That's why I always forget about the burning barrel. It only appears once, and then it doesn't appear again. And then you forget about it. Anyway, just go. It's the classic Dark Souls thing where you just kind of run to the boss, you know, right after you die to it. Sometimes it can be punishing because the actual run to the boss sometimes can be very long. I know in Dark Souls 3, it's a lot easier actually. A lot of Dark Souls 3 bosses, there's just a bonfire right before the fog wall. It's actually pretty great. Some people complain about it because it's like kind of easy, but I like it, you know? I just want to fight the boss. If I'm at the boss, I just kind of want to fight the boss. I don't need to run up to them again. Bom, 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 bom. Again, I kind of wish I could parry this guy. You can't. Dark Souls 1. I believe in Dark Souls... Was it 2? I think it was 2. Maybe 3, but especially 2. There's some bosses you can parry, which is pretty fun. You know, you can parry someone who's way bigger than you. It's just fun to do, I guess. I kind of hate that attack. Kind of like a stabbing attack. Slamming attack. I guess what you should do, well, I think I understand his pattern now. What you can do is simply roll backwards, really. Well, that didn't work. Never mind. Most of the attacks can roll backwards. That one's pretty high. Pretty high range, though. That attack got hit anyway. Maybe not. Because I was thinking, like, maybe... Because most of the attacks is just slams, right? So you can get the distance... You'll gauge the distance pretty well just by rolling back. Eh. Ow. Ow. How'd I roll? Oh, time to die again. Now I'm just gonna heal right in your crotch. Can't see. Lock on. Lock on. Do-do-do. 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 Ow. That hitbox. What a weird hitbox. I hate that attack. It's the weird stabbing attack. I'm dead again. Turns out this game is very hard. I've only lost 2 times though. If I can, I'd like to go back and upgrade my Estes. Well, we'll do that later. Let's try again. What you can do as well, you can also use the resin, you know, to simply kill the boss in a few hits as well. That's a pretty easy way to do it. I kinda don't want to. I kinda just wanna fight the boss normally. I also do a plunging attack as well. I mean, I guess I could try that. I don't think you get like the same animation though. I remember you don't really get the same animation you do when you did it against the Asylum Demon, however. I think? Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. I don't know. And those guys are stuck behind the fog wall. Yeah, enemies can't get past the fog wall once you go past. That's why it's a viable strategy to just simply run past them. You slide down ladders, by the way, by double tapping the B button, I guess. Or the circle button for me, I guess. I'm using a PlayStation controller. It's funny because in the other Soul series, double tapping the circle button actually drops you on the ladder. Instead, they somehow changed it for some reason. So like, it caused a lot of player deaths, if you like. Good for you. Stab the ground. You know? I hate how he keeps jumping. Stop jumping. You know, stop jumping back. Only I can jump back. See, do this. Haha. Yeah, he never seems to do 2 hits though. What? What did he do there? How'd that happen? He like kind of kicked me. Never saw that happen before in my life. Two hits? Yeah, it seems like that's the strategy, I guess. Just walk away, you know? Just walk away. You know what they teach you about bullying in school or whatever? They teach you that you should just walk away. That's what you should do against a Taurus demon. Just walk away. It's very scary and everything, but again, he only seems to attack once. I guess that's the strategy. I don't remember doing it the same way, like this, exactly. First time I fought him. Ow. Still getting hit though. I'm not perfect Souls. I mean, I never said I was a extremely good Souls player or anything. I just play this game a lot. But I imagine, you know, I'm not really going for like a no-hit run. Some people have done that. They're crazy. I feel like that requires way too much perfectionism and patience, really. I would never do like a no-hit run. Or I guess, well, I mean, I guess something more viable would be a no-death run, but you know, that's already gone. Ow. Stop hitting me. I'll just heal in your face. Damn it. I'm running past him every time. I always get hit. Ow. 1 health, good. And there goes my S's again. You do get invisibility frames, by the way, way more than I feel like in other games. In Dark Souls by rolling. When you roll, you get invisibility frames and everything. Sometimes when I roll, though, I still get hit anyway. I guess because I mistime it. Now, maybe it's because I'm playing in 30 FPS. You know, I remember playing 60 FPS before. Is it easier in 60 FPS, maybe? I don't know. I don't know how it works. Press the roll. Press the button. And I'm dead. Once again, I didn't realize the first boss in this game. Was it the first boss? I guess if you don't count the tutorial boss. I didn't realize the first boss in the game that I have such a tough time on. I remember him being quite easy, actually. Hey, nope. I'm losing my patience. This is what happens. You lose your patience, you get hit by these mobs. Now you have less health for the boss. I guess this is why you should consider increasing your Estus capacity. That's fine. Just do better, you know? Just be better at the game. I kind of play this game kind of like Punch-Out. I like the boss fights. You know, despite me dying a whole bunch, I feel like it's the same way for a lot of players. This gets kind of fun. You know? I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Because it's less about reaction time, more about just learning the patterns. So like just like in Punch-Out for the NES, where you play as a boxer named Little Mac, and you're fighting a lot, usually like bigger enemies. It's more about just learning what kind of attacks the enemy has and reacting accordingly. Or reacting accordingly? Accordingly. I never really did it this way though before. I remember just rolling through a lot of his attacks. I feel like this is actually a pretty proper strategy. You just kind of like stay out of his range and then just stab him and slash him. Ah. Now I swear I pressed the roll button. Maybe it's a FPS thing. Maybe now I regret playing us at 30 FPS. How about I stab you in the dick? Kind of hard to gauge the distance sometimes because you're in like third person and everything. I imagine if you have like a top-down view, you have a better sense of what the range of weapons are, I feel like. I hate that attack. I'm not sure how you dodge that attack. Well, how did I do it before? I don't remember. It's been so long. I don't remember muscle memory anymore. Especially the first boss. I don't remember the first boss, he's just the first boss. Maybe I did this? Like... Ow! Why is that a thing? How could you do that? I didn't remember him stepping on me before. That wasn't a thing. I guess maybe I did this, I'm thinking. Let's kind of stay behind him. That attack always hits though. I didn't get hit there, I guess. Stop stepping on me. Oh, did I hit your poise or whatever? Bosses do have poise, meaning like how much hits they get before they get staggered or whatever. So kind of like you also have poise. So maybe that was what happened. If you attack as fast as you can take down the poise of certain enemies. There you go. I did it. With plenty of health to spare. I'm surprised that I died so much, to be honest. I remember this boss not being that hard. Maybe I always like, you know, again, maybe it was the frame rate. Maybe it's because I used a plunging attack before. I don't know. But hey, that's the first obstacle of this game completed. But I'm kind of dreading, well, you'll see. There's a much harder boss that I feel like a lot of people in this game, I feel like, quit the game because of it. One of the harder obstacles in this game that we'll see, I guess, pretty soon. Lever? There's no lever. Why are you telling me there's a lever? There's no lever. I did it. Yes, you did. Amazing. Item ahead. Is there an item? There is no item. Why are there so many lies? So many lies in this game. That's locked. You can go over here, by the way. Praise the sun. Praise the sun. Nice looking. There's a character over here that everyone loves.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow. Far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
Very funny. Here's Solaire.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
Sure.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Sure.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this.
You get a white sign soapstone. That's basically co-op. So you can put that sign down and people can summon you. I remember though, especially when the game was launched on PC, it's really hard to do co-op though. You know, it's like, for some reason, the game just doesn't really connect the co-op very easily. You know, it connects invaders pretty easily. Not so much co-op for some reason.
We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation.
Jolly
Of course, we're not
cooperation.
the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
That's kind of rude. I remember actually when I first played this game, he said that, oh, you can summon me, right? Because there's NPC summons you can do in this game. You not only can you summon players, but you can also just summon like certain characters in the game. You know, if it's appropriate, I guess. Sometimes you can find their summon signs. I remember him saying that, and I'm like, well, how do I summon you? I don't know how to summon you. As it turns out, because I didn't know about the, you know, the online system and how you're supposed to be human, I kind of just missed most of the summon signs in my first playthrough, because I didn't know you had to be human to even do the co-op stuff. So, there you go. I'm not really going to use summons, though, in this playthrough, because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's more fair to just do it on your own. If you do co-op, it definitely makes a lot of bosses much easier. I know in the other series, it's a little bit more balanced because bosses tend to scale their HP depending on how many players there are. But generally speaking, if you summon, it just kind of makes the game kind of trivial because, you know, one player can just tank. Well, not really tank, but they can like, I guess, what do you call it? You attract the enemy? I don't know what to call it. You know, just like in MMOs, you can like, you know, a person can just get the attention of one of the bosses, while the other player can just do their thing, you know, they can shoot spells, they can heal, you know, and you can like swap in and out pretty easily. In general, it just makes the bosses, again, just really easy.
Hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Solaire is quite the character. A lot of people love him. I guess it's because, I mean, he's the only, like, quirky little character that isn't just completely depressed, you know, about the whole world ending and everything. You know, in Dark Souls, if you notice, everything is kind of in ruins. Everything is kind of broken. Everyone's zombies, or I guess hollows and undead. Everything's just, it just went to complete shit. Solaire is the only one that stays optimistic. Therefore, you know, he's one of the characters that kind of stand out in the first game. Because of that. Also, I have no healing. Rip that water. Rip that Estus on the floor. Actually, can I wear more armor? Wearing more armor would be nice. At least for slightly more defense. Yeah, at least wear the gloves. These goofy little big gloves. Again, you can't go over here. Well... Probably gonna die. I have like no HP. Let's go. Ah! Fire ahead. See a lot of fire, by the way? The corpses on the ground got burned up. Ah, damn it. I couldn't make it. But yeah, you run across the bridge, there's a big old drake that we saw before. I feel like, yeah, I always die the first time. I always get hit by the first flames, no matter what. I don't know if you can be fast enough to dodge it, but almost all the time, you kind of just not get killed, but take a significant amount of damage from the fire. Now, obviously, I didn't have any health, so let's just do that again, I guess. Fortunately, though, you don't have to fight the bosses again in this game. So, at least it's that. So you can just run past all enemies and go back to where I was pretty easily. Man, Dark Souls would really be horrible if you had to actually fight the bosses again or something to get past. That would really suck. But obviously not. They're not gonna force you to fight the boss again. Once you fight a boss, they're like, again, special enemies. Similar to the Black Knight, I guess. I guess you could call the Black Knights sort of like mini-bosses. Or at least optional mini-bosses. Once you kill them, they are gone. So there's the big old Drake. I wonder if I have enough HP to survive a flame. Let's see. You kind of have no choice but to just run. You know, you can't really do anything but run. Get over here. Okay, it doesn't really activate it. What you can do, however, it's kind of like a farming strategy actually. You kind of bait the dragon. Ow. Bait the dragon. Come on. Hello. Dragon? No. Ah! Okay, I didn't get hit. Good. You can do that. It's kind of like a farming strategy, actually. You let the dragon kill all the other enemies, because if you didn't know, no matter how the enemy dies, you kind of get souls anyway, no matter what. So you can just do that 100 times. It's not very efficient, though, because you might as well just progress the game, rather than just farm all day. But you can. You can do that. Because there's a little shortcut here that goes all the way back here, back to this bonfire. So it's a lot faster to go back to where we were by resting at this bonfire. Might as well level up as well. A little bit more endurance. Now I don't know if I need more dexterity. I'm thinking, well, I want more dexterity at the end because it does increase overall damage with the weapon I'm thinking of, but it does increase a lot of damage. Might as well increase strength instead. Focus on strength now. Though I'm not gonna get the weapon that I want until quite later on, I feel like. I guess we'll see. Yeah, but there you go. I guess we'll just go up the ladder again and progress. Well, you can go past the bridge, but there's another way around. You know, that's usually what you want to do.